Hello, my lovely Aquas. Welcome to Vivid Vibration. My name is Christina. I hope that y'all are doing well. Aquas, we have the animal, the prayer, the mentor, the warrior, the sword, and the mystic. Well, I mean, the idea really and truly that I feel like here is that, like, and this has been in quite a few of the reads, and it's true for everyone, is that we are all always our own worst enemy. Like, nobody can do us dirty like ourselves. Like, if we allow people to have the power of decision making in our lives, if we allow people's biased opinions to influence us, like if we don't stand for something, we fall for everything or anything. Right? What's that Katy Perry song? Wide Awake. But it's just kind of that idea of, like, I don't know, I just feel like getting swept up in the crowd, like falling for whatever anybody told you because it was like stamped, like approved by the crowd. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, like if the crowd, like, what is that? Like, if everybody jumped off the bridge, would you do it too? You know what I mean? Like, if that was your life on the line, would you do that too? And I just kind of feel like this idea of, like, no, that's not what I want to do. I hate to promote an idea of like somebody swooping in and saving you or you swooping in and saving somebody else, because I just, like, I struggle with the savior complex. I think that if you have a savior complex, you probably also have an ego problem, right? That being said, there are people in this world who extend a hand to us that keep us afloat, that give us an opportunity to put ourselves in a position where we can actually begin to flourish, where we can actually stand on our feet and, develop and grow. And I feel like there's just this idea of, like, having an opportunity or presenting somebody with an opportunity. Again, you can be on either side of the story, but having an opportunity to really, I just feel like, stand for something that you feel like that's what I'm really committed to. Like, I was falling for all this shit because I just thought that that's what I was supposed to do. I didn't think that I had a choice, but it's like, no, you've always had the choice. You just chose the crowd, That's what the cool kids were doing. That's what was trending. That was in the Libra read. This has very heavy Libra vibes to it. Maybe some of my Aquas have Libs in their charts. Or maybe you're dealing with an Aquarius. I don't know. Or, I mean, a Libra. The High Priestess, the Five of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, King of Cups, the Hanged Man, the Five of Cups, the Knight of Cups. Well, I do think that there was an element of confusion that was really kind of, like, again, that being swept up in the mind games of the many, but I think, seeing that very differently, seeing it with, like, I'm not confused about that anymore. I see it very clearly now. I mean, the King of Cups, the Lovers, Temperance, Knight of Cups, the High Priestess, this really does feel like there's just, like, there's a relationship in your life, whether it's a romantic relationship or a family relationship or a friendship or something that you're doing that you're really passionate about. I feel like you're going in a new direction that has freed you from the mentality of the crowd, long enough to maybe find a tribe that actually resonates with you. Because, like, if you're holding on to one thing, you can't go to the other. And I feel like that's been in your reads too, just as, like, I'm going to try and force these two worlds to be together, and I'll shit on you to make you, like, bow down to them. And you know what I mean? But it's like, but you got swept up in some things that were just, like, way above your pay grade. You know what I mean? Like, and that's okay too, because you're learning along the way, and you probably learned some really valuable lessons. And, hopefully when people learn a very valuable lesson, they don't have to continue to learn it. I know that's not always the case, but you know, this does kind of feel like one of those moments in time where you really did learn a lot, and you really do know what you want to go for, because there's just this idea of, was the mirrors last read, you know, like somebody who could, like, they took all the fractured images, and when the light shone in, it was just kind of like, you know, like everything was illuminated to you and it made sense. And again, I just feel like this illumination of understanding, of knowing what you want, of knowing why you want it, you know, like of not being confused about like, where is this confusion coming from? Well, if you are lost in the crowd, you lose your identity. You know, like I was part of the protests in Portland during the BLM protests. And two things. One, I think it's funny when people, you know, like are afraid of AI control and, you know, like things of that nature. You know, but like they don't think that like riots and things of that nature are also planted and pursued by, you know, people who want to make protest bad, people who want to villainize it to the masses. You know what I mean? But two, what I really learned is that you can disappear in a crowd full of people, and you can stand together as a crowd full of people to stand for something, to really, you know, at least hope to impact change, at least start a conversation where people are, you know, at least conscious of what's going on. You know, but when you do that, you do disappear as an individual. And I feel like there is an idea here of like, you disappeared as an individual, but you're coming back as an individual, you know, and I think feeling empowered in your uniqueness, because you are aligned with people who highlight that, and empower it rather than people who drown it out. You know, the company you keep really does keep you. And I think that you understand that. All right, Aquarius. The Four of Swords, the Four of Wands, the Seven of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. Well, you know, again, I just feel like this idea of like, you feel like you're missing out. You feel like you're confused. When you're a part of this community that you've been holding on to, it leaves you feeling like there's so much more for me to do, and I feel like I can't do anything else, you know? And you have the Queen of Cups, the King of Cups, and the Lovers. This really could be a relationship, Aquas. I mean, it could just be, I mean, because it was that idea of like, this person speaks Aquarius. This person knows how to take all of that and make it make sense. They gave me the words. I mean, those are all things that have been in your reads for months now. So maybe it's just that you're finally kind of like on the other side of that. I hope so, because yay! I know you've been trying to get to the other side. Oh, okay. Aquas. Ten of Wands, Justice, Five of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. So, I mean, again, just this like feeling left out in the cold, feeling like you're carrying the burden. I almost feel like carrying a burden of exclusion. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, actually, speaking of exclusion, you know what I mean? You know, like, how is that behavior inclusive? You know, like elaborate on that a little bit, you know? And I feel like you realizing that it hasn't been very inclusive. In fact, it's left you feeling isolated, in addition to leaving other people in your life feeling isolated. And I think that there is a recognition that there's no healing to be had in isolation and exclusion, and protection. You know, like guarding your energy, protecting your space, you know, like elevating the people around you is not the same thing as like guarding, just like being a guard dog. You know, because the guard dog just gets chained to the fence and barks at people that walk by. You know what I mean? Whereas like, you know, I don't know, I think of like a shepherd dog, you know, and it keeps the wolves at bay, and it tends to its flocks, you know what I mean? And that's a very big difference. Yeah, I like that one too. Okay, so anyways, Aquas, I feel like there's just a big shift of perspective here, you know, like in a move towards something that you've really wanted for a while now. You know, it's been in your reads, but, you know, like we all have to go through the process of gaining understanding and having a better insight of what decisions we're making and why we're making them, because most of us operate from a subconscious level, you know, from the get-go. And we have to train ourselves how to not do that. Which, you know, you have to train yourself. You have to heal those wounds. You know, because sometimes we get swept up in the crowd because we're just too afraid to be alone, you know, like at least they know my name. At least they know, you know, what I like to eat. At least they, you know, like, I just feel like this, like they know me, and it's like, but they don't really know you at all. You know, like, congratulations, you know my favorite food, you know, like, do you know my soul? You know what I mean? Can you explain the world to me? Can you engage with my mind? Can you understand like purpose and standing for something, you know, or is the only thing that you stand for the group, you know, because gross. Um, Aquas, I don't know. I hope this resonates with y'all. If it does, please give me a like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you again soon. Bye.